The Panther is one of the most famous German tanks of the Second World War. It was intended to replace the workhorses of the Third Reich, the Panzer III and Panzer IV medium tanks. The new tank differed fundamentally from its predecessors. What led to the creation of the Panther, and what kind of feedback did it receive on the battlefield? Work on the Panther began as early as 1938, but the development process progressed slowly. The work accelerated in 1941 when the Wehrmacht encountered Soviet T-34 and KV tanks on the battlefield. Unlike the Tiger, the Panther was meant to replace the German medium tanks that formed the backbone of the armored forces. The new vehicle differed from earlier models in both armor and armament. The Panther was equipped with a powerful, long-barreled 75mm gun. In terms of armor penetration, it even surpassed the Tiger's gun. Excellent optics and ballistics, achieved thanks to a high muzzle velocity of 1,000 meters per second, made it possible to quickly engage targets at long distances. On this tank, sighting devices with night vision equipment were tested for the first time, which was undoubtedly a major breakthrough in the tactics of armored warfare. In addition, the tank could penetrate all Soviet vehicles from the front, including the heavy IS-2 tank. Notably, according to German classification, the Panther was considered a medium tank, whereas in the USSR it was regarded as a heavy one. The vehicle's armor deserves special mention. The Panther could not be penetrated from the front by T-34-76 tanks or by the 76mm ZIS-3 gun. These weapons were the mainstay of the Red Army. The situation changed radically only at the beginning of 1945, when T-34 tanks armed with 85mm guns began to enter service in large numbers. The upgraded 34s were capable of penetrating the Panther's frontal armor, but tank crews had to carefully aim at vulnerable spots. Heavy IS-2 tanks, as well as the Su-152 and ISU-152 self-propelled guns, were the most effective against Panthers. Thanks to their large-caliber guns, they could destroy Panthers without much difficulty. Among anti-tank guns, the most effective were those of 100mm caliber, but they appeared only toward the end of the war and in limited numbers. The layout of the Panther was typical for German tanks. The transmission was located at the front, while the engine compartment was at the rear. The tank crew consisted of 5 men. The Panther also had its drawbacks. The main one was the overload of the engine and transmission. Due to the substantial armor, the tank's weight increased to 45 tons, and the running gear operated at the very limit of its capabilities. As a result, Panthers were characterized by frequent mechanical failures, especially on early versions. The second major drawback was weak side armor. Another feature of the Panther was its slow reverse speed, only 3 kilometers per hour. The Panther's combat debut took place in the summer of 1943 during the battles of the Kursk salient. For the offensive, Germany concentrated 200 of these vehicles. The new tanks failed to perform as expected due to frequent breakdowns. Weak side armor also took its toll. There were even cases of Panthers being knocked out by light M3 Stuart tanks. After 2 days of fighting, only 7 combat-ready Panthers remained in service. A significant number had broken down due to technical problems. Nevertheless, the new German tank proved to be a serious opponent. Its powerful gun and strong frontal armor played an important role. This became especially evident by 1944, when German designers significantly improved the reliability of the vehicles. In total, 841 Panther tanks were sent to the Soviet-German front in 1943, and as of December 31st of that year, only 80 vehicles remained operational. Another 137 tanks required repairs, while 624 Panthers were lost irretrievably. Panther tanks fought actively on all theaters of war. Their last large-scale use was the counteroffensive in Hungary near Lake Balaton in March 1945. Subsequently, German units equipped with Panther tanks took part in the defense of Berlin and in the fighting in Czechoslovakia until May 11, 1945. In total, about 6,000 of these tanks were produced. According to some experts, the Panther is considered the best tank of the Second World War. Do you agree with this view? Write your opinion in the comments. See you again on the channel.